So you're gonna jam out on the guitar tonight?
No, that's not even a real trophy.
I think the pitching coach is going to steal the trophy.
He can take it, yeah. No, it's cool. It is a cool trophy.
Cal, you fall behind 0-2 in that at bat against Sears. Just what are you looking for at that point? Because you were able to grind out 6 more pitches before, obviously connecting on the homer.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to, fight, honestly, anything close. I was able to work it to 3-2 and, trying to stay on the heater, trying to stay with a good approach. I think that's kind of what helped me stay on some of those off-speed pitches, didn't pull off them, and obviously was able to take advantage of, a heater he left. He kind of pulled down and in, so.
As the season's gone on, how have you noticed, if at all, pitchers attacking you differently?
Yeah, I mean, it's constantly changing. There's been, a lot of different kind of changes throughout a year. I mean, it kind of happens anyway, the team, has success against you and, obviously scouts and video and, data is collected and, other teams start trying to do the same thing and may have some success until, you make that adjustment. So it's kind of how it always is in the league, they're going to keep going to those spots until, you prove you can hit those pitches. So, yeah, it's just been a constant thing. Guys have gone up, down, maybe a little more off speed there for a while, and then maybe there was a little stretch where it was a little more in. So it's just been different for every team.
It seems like you're better equipped. You've been doing this for a while, and just with the approach and the stuff changes you made, it seems like you're better equipped to make the adjustments as they adjust to you to kind of battle back or in the chess match that you have up there.
Yeah, I mean, it is. There's a fine line there, just because you want to be ahead of the game and you want to be understanding how you're getting pitched and understanding situations, but at the same time you want to understand ultimately what is going to be best for you and where your hot zones are and where you want the ball as a hitter, and everybody's different. Some guys like it up, down, in, out. So it's just that fine line of it's baseball, and they are going to make mistakes sometimes. It's just a matter of being ready for that mistake they do give you. So
You feel like you've started to find a groove again with the right-handed swing over the past few days, obviously with 3 homers.
Yeah, I think I'm just doing a better job of getting on time. I'm getting my hands back sooner, which has helped. Getting ready to hit early, and I think for a little bit there, I was just wasn't getting my hands back in time, and obviously with the solid approach up the middle, that always helps too. So just trying to slow it down, get ready to hit, and get those hands back. So
just in general, how is kind of approaching, like having that approach from the right side of the plate kind of helped you this season compared to last year's? Because the splits for you from the right side this year are better than they have been previously.
Yeah, I mean, I it started back in off season 23, going into last season. So just something I made. I knew I had to make adjustments, and last year I definitely thought I took a step forward as far as the right-handed swing goes. So obviously I just didn't get the ABs, and I just kind of lost some confidence and needed to just get more reps in with that at the big league level, and I was able to. And also just made a swing adjustment, not trying to be so flat, and just trying to use more of the bigger part of the field with a little more drag in my swing. So
Baseball loves round numbers. 50 is always a number, like with homers and stuff. I mean, like when you hear 50 homers in a season, I mean that's a pretty big deal, isn't it? Like when you growing up as a kid too, you see guys hit 50 homers, right?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem real. I mean, 50 home runs, it's kind of crazy number to think of. It's it's kind of a big number just in general. I remember thinking back. I thought I was a cool player when I hit 5. And when I was young in high school or something, you hit 5, you had all this power in the world. So it's crazy, and yeah, it's a cool number, that's for sure. Yeah.
With the switch hitting, have you and Polo ever talked about strategies? Has he given you any? Because he's been doing it for a while. Has he ever given you any advice?
Yeah, I mean, Polo, he's been doing it a long time, and I think he's had a really good stretch here, from the right-handed side. So everybody's different. You know, some switch hitters, it's, you know, they try to do the same thing from both sides, and then some guys, they don't want to, you know, try to make both swings the same. They want to keep them separate. So, you know, just talking to him, and you know, everybody has their kind of little cues about what they do, and you know, try to keep them. For me, I try to keep them a little separate, but at the same time, it's, you know, if I'm getting beat the same way, then it's definitely more of a mental thing than it is a physical thing.
Cal, how do you see Bryce kind of bounce back from that second inning? What was he kind of working through there, and kind of find a way to grind out 5?
Yeah, I mean, you know, had that tough inning there. Obviously, you know, after that, you know, kind of settled in. Looked like the splitter was on tonight. You know, was able to start locating a little better. After that second inning, you know, controlling the ball or commanding the ball, you know, in the zone. And like I said, I think that splitter was kind of the game changer today for him.
In the season where you're accomplishing all these things, like hitting all these personal milestones, has it been helpful? Obviously, if you have a player who's playing like that, you are going to be in the playoff hunt. But has it been helpful to be able to keep your eyes kind of on the big prize of getting to the playoffs, and as a way to not get super overwhelmed by all of these kind of incredible things that are happening?
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's good. You know, we're in a good spot right now. Obviously, starting the series off on the right foot here, so you know, that's the goal ultimately. You know, it's not about me; it's about the team, and you know, every day it's just taking it one day at a time, one pitch at a time, and just trying to win. You know, that pitch. So, not trying to get ahead of ourselves, or not trying to get ahead of myself, trying to do something. You know, because that never works out. As far as, you know, if I try to, you know, hit home runs or do anything like that, it's not a goal of mine. So it's just more about winning each pitch. You know, more process oriented, trying to win games. So.
Homers feel a little better in wins.
What did you say?
Home runs feel a little bit better in a winning game when you win.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, anything feels better when I win.
Thanks, Cal.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.